Hello, it's Fellonius, the old yapper again. Today I'm going to talk about shaving, and I'm not going to be talking about those women's unnecessary removal of hair they don't really have. I have no way of understanding what that's all about. No, this is the male shaving of the facial hair that I'm going to talk about. It's about taking away the beard or whatever it is. And you can do that different ways and types. But that wasn't something that I knew, or should I say, really thought of until a while ago. I've always been shaving Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because that has worked fine. There was a time in my life when I didn't shave more than Friday, but that was when I had a very dirty job in a cement factory, and I had a lot of iron collars to deal with, making roof tiles. But then I didn't even bother to shave until Friday. On the other hand, I did it with a razor. I did it with the normal way of doing it. In 1983, for Christmas, I think, might be 84, I got myself an electric shaver. And up to that point, I didn't even know they existed in cheap models. I thought that was something that was even more expensive than the razor blades that I have been using so far. But no, this one was pretty cheap, and still it was a Philips. And but this was good. I mean, I don't have that much hair on my chin. I don't really need to have a blade going over it because it doesn't remove much. It's actually been a little bit more later in years, but back in the 20s I didn't have much, and it was also light-haired. It was so light-haired that I could go away with Monday, Wednesday and Friday even when I was doing my military service. When we stand there at 8 in the morning in line, the officers couldn't see that I wasn't shaved since yesterday. But on the other guys, they had to do it. Except for two. It was Kroon, who I doubt was a male at all, because he had no facial hair at all. And then we had Karlberg, who had a real fully bare beard. He was clever enough to start that beard way before he went into service, and he had it. That meant also when suddenly they got permission to go home over a longer period of time, most guys came back with beards. I don't understand why. No, of course not. However, this shaving procedure, I'm doing both nowadays. I do razors when I feel like it, and the electric shaver when I'm doing it normally. And since I'm a bus driver, I need to be either having a beard or be clean shaved. That's how I see it. It's some sort of I'm out there in the public. It has nothing to do with vanity or anything like that. That's what I would expect from a bus driver myself. So I say that I have to do it also. So I do my Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and it feels okay. And then I started to notice that my colleagues, however, they didn't do that. Some of them had fully grown beards at the end of the week. And then when Monday comes, they suddenly are clean shaved again. And I was thinking, what are you doing? Well, some of them do have much more facial hair than I have. And yeah, probably they just think that it's much work to do it. But I don't see it as work. I'm just seeing it something that is part of, it's part of me, part of what I do, part of what I need to have control over. So we started to debate this. And to be totally honest, one of the arguments they had is you are actually never looking at a person's beard as he drives a bus. We are so invisible in our buses that we could have a red beard and a blue hair and nobody would even notice. And that meant that if I'm shaving or not shaving has no impact on anyone except me. That was pretty not. But on the other hand, why not? That's perhaps how it is out there. I'm not doing it for others. I'm doing it for myself. I have had a moustache once, pretty long, and it was pale. You could hardly see it. After the 31st of August, I was in 1980. I was in a traffic accident where I almost died 6 times, and afterwards I was going around like a mummy. My head was wrapped in bandages, and while I was doing that, I was not allowed to do anything with my face at all, not even wash it. But that was just for a week or so. And then after that, they said just avoid shaving for a while, because you never know, you might actually do something with the wounds and stuff. So I didn't do that either. So going from a mummy, I suddenly became a very short-haired werewolf. And when the last bandages was off and I was able to shave again, I had stitches all over my forehead and I was actually looking like the Frankenstein's monster. Yeah, I took 3 of the big movie monsters that fall. But that was itchy. I didn't like the beard. And now that I was inside hospital last year, in 2015, I had the same experience, sort of. Suddenly there was no way for me to get home and get shaved. And I didn't have my shaver with me. So I was going around with a long beard, and I actually looked like some sort of ISIS terrorist or something like that. I did not like it, except for one thing. I saw grey hair. I have always wanted to have some grey hair up at my ears, because that looks distinguished. If I get one, I will not shave them off. That's for sure. Now, shaving is work for some, and shaving is nothing for some. Lazy people don't shave. My son is lazy. He says so himself. Well, you guys, how do you have it? Just think about it. Thanks for listening. Bye.